Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the new moon reading for Taurus. That's for Tuesday, the 11th. Well, Taurus is in an earth sign, so it is a time when you might feel the effects of the new moon more strongly than most times because our bodies being so much water, as we are the fluids in our body relate to the fluids being pulled around the planet by the moon. You might feel that need to go quieter and more into sort of a comfort zone. And being Taurus, that's a wonderful time because that is all about the loyalty that we feel. That's very much a Taurian thing, being loyal and being reliable. Love of beauty is an amazing thing. Love of beauty and nature. It's Taurus is ruled by Virgo. I apologize, it's not. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and that brings serenity and comfort and the importance of taking joy in all the little things. For those of us in the southern hemisphere where we're actually going into winter, it's a wonderful time because it's this Taurian new moon. We kind of like wants to snuggle down into a lovely comfy chair, have some warm soup, comforting things that speak of staying put, cozying on the couch. It's that wonderful time of sitting quietly and being with ourselves. So it's a lovely time to look forward to, look out for being stubborn, very much a Taurian thing. So take care that you can stay flexible with everything that's going on. As you know, we all know there's a lot going on in the world. Try not to have set ideas, try to be open-minded, try to look at what's going on. And of course, this is the time for setting intentions. We start now with a new lunar month. What is the intention we're wanting to set here? This lovely earth quality of feeling at home, knowing where we belong. It's a very beautiful time, a very soft time. Very important to accept yourself for exactly who you are. Warts and all, it's being accepting of who you are that is going to bring you a feeling of peace and tranquility. So the card that we are now pulling for the new moon in Taurus is card number 5. Beautiful card. So how do you find your love of beauty and nature? How do you find serenity and comfort and joy in the small things? Very important here that we are completely balanced in the masculine, divine masculine within us and the divine feminine within us, no matter who we are. It's that if it feels right, if it resonates, that's when you take action. Just having it being good on paper and being told that that's a successful way to go about it isn't enough. It's got to feel right. You've got to know it in your body. Once you are resonating with something and then taking action, here's the female, the new things, the lovely energy of the divine feminine, the lovely energy of the divine masculine in total balance. That then allows the eagle, which is you at this stage. And eagle talks about your own divine and authentic power. It's got nothing to do with ego. It's got everything to do with totally accepting of who you are in the space, comfortable standing in your own shoes, not wanting to stand in others' shoes, being very comfortable with everything you are. And that energy allows that eagle aspect of you, that part that has the ability to see the bigger picture, that part that has the ability to focus on the tiny little things when you need to do it. Just stepping into that allows you, it frees you as the eagle to fly high and not have any limitations. It's very much, the 5 speaks of freedom through discipline. It's not a freedom when you throw everything out the door and have absolutely nothing. This is where you, through finding discipline within yourself, it gives you great freedom. And that is very much speaks of movement. There's inclined to be a fair amount of movement in the way you see things. Remember to stay flexible. This again says, be flexible, be open-minded, be prepared to hear other people's opinions. It doesn't need to sway your own, but allow others to air who they are. Honor them the same way that you would like to be honored. So a very beautiful card that's telling us how to set new intentions for this time. On a spiritual level, as for the fire energy within us, that gives passion for life, confidence, creativity, joy, taking a risk in actually being happy instead of being in a comfort zone. For that, we have card number 33. And very interestingly, we have already picked a card that is a master number. Number 33, it's the master teacher. So the challenge card for this month, being the day that the new moon falls on, that's the 11th of the month. So that is again another master number that we will look at when we look at the challenge of the day. This card talks about unconditional love for self, and that means, again, we're talking of that Taurian thing of accepting exactly who you are, being comfortable with it, allowing that aspect of yourself to grow and to be nurtured and to be looked after, because that is what makes you you, and it doesn't support you in any way to try and be what you are not. It is to absolutely embrace who you are. This is who I am. This is how I feel. I totally understand that you feel differently, and that's quite right, but this is how I need to be doing it. So decisions that you're making on health or career or home or whatever it is, come from knowing if it sits right within you. Does it resonate with you? Does it allow you to be who you really are? And so this ball of unconditional love for self is nurtured in the sort of a bed or a feather of turquoise, which is trust. So nurturing yourself, not anybody else, nurturing yourself with total trust and love is what is going to create your ability to create any landscape in your life that you would like. So you are creating your future. You are creating everything that happens to you on a spiritual level, how you want to do this. You're creating great beauty. And the message in this card is as it is the master teacher. It's about going within and trusting yourself to such an extent that you are able to share what it is you learn about yourself. You share your wisdom. It's not the old-fashioned teaching where the teacher stands in the front of the class and tells you how you're not telling anybody else how they have to be. You're merely sharing how it is for you. And it creates these beautiful landscapes for you as to how you can take things further. And it brings this joy and the confidence and the courage to be exactly who you are in the most beautiful way. Now we're going to look at a card for the emotional body, and that's very much water. It's, okay, we talked about trusting yourself, loving yourself, but this is an emotional thing. How do we actually do this? And look, strangely enough, here we have number 22, yet another master number. And this one speaks, this is the master architect. In other words, bringing everything down, those divine messages that you're getting from other dimensions, bringing heaven to earth, bringing it down to this place. It speaks of forgiveness of self. And you cannot ever forgive anybody else if you haven't forgiven yourself first. So wherever you find yourself now, if you find yourself in an unhappy situation or not the greatest health or whatever it is, forgive yourself. That's the only thing. There's nobody else to forgive, because everything that happens, it's learning to find the perfection and the imperfection. Learning to understand that exactly what is happening now is what is divinely supposed to happen. It can't be otherwise. So what are your choice about it? What are you going to be doing to sort things out? And this is where it helps you to feel that you're not being overloaded, you're not overwhelmed, that feeling of drowning when things get too much and too emotional. Let's remember, this is magenta. The color of magenta has the same energy as copper. It brings heaven to earth. So it's saying, bring these beautiful things down into the now. There are many that would love to learn from you, but at the same time, there might be many that would like to criticize you. That's okay. That's their choice. That doesn't mean you have to be accepting of that. You can understand that that's how other people believe, but it's very much about use what you are bringing down from Great Spirit as a building block for working with in this in this time. It is really, really, really important. Forgiveness of self is right up there. Whatever is happening in your life, stop beating yourself up. Really love yourself. It's okay. It's just the next part of the journey. This is what's happening now. So take care of yourselves. Understand that you are a gift of great spirit. You are exactly what you need to be, and start being that, or continue being that, because most of you are being that. So do it with joy, do it with love, do it with trust. Learn to receive as well as you have learned to give. We all give so well, but learn to receive tiny things like compliments, like tiny gifts, like helping people, helping out. Allow yourself to receive. It is one of the most important things you can do. And very much about Taurian is loving yourself at this stage. We're going to pick a card for the energy of Earth, which is physical body, physical Earth. How do we as physical beings fit on this? How do we know we belong? How do we do this best? We've got the card here, number 25, called Field of Dreams. This says, put your roots down deeply. The more, if you think about a tree, the better system of roots the tree has, the more nutrients it can absorb from the earth around. So everything the tree needs is in the earth. So put your roots down. Everything you need for health, for abundance, for safety, for security, it lies within this earth. Stop feeling as though you do not belong. Know that you belong with every molecule of your being. Put your roots down. Feel grounded. Do grounding things. Take your shoes off and stand on the ground. Go walking. Sit up against a tree. Be barefoot in nature whenever you can. Even if it's just go outside and take your shoes off for 15 minutes and absorb the beautiful energies of the earth. That is so healing, so wonderful. Mother Earth is there to support you in absolutely every way. And it's just that, again, the deeper your roots are, the further your branches can stretch, the higher you can climb, the more you can achieve. And it's all about, again, being flexible, not being one person as a teacher, one person as a daughter or a son, one person as a parent, one person as a sibling, one person as a friend, one person as a work colleague. Be that spiritual being you really are. Be here now. Everything is just absolutely beautiful to become part of, but be what you are from the central point of who you are as a spiritual being, and allow everything else to be a manifestation of that. So you do everything from the very same place. It's not a case of putting on a mask or putting on a robe and taking on another persona. It's that depth of you, your beauty, your strength, your vitality, the gifts you have to share. That is what is being looked for now at this time. And then we need to look at the element of air, which is our mental being. And we need to know how we step out of confusion, how we step out of, oh, I should have been doing that, I should have been doing that. Or what if I had done that rather? Maybe this wouldn't have happened. No, we need clarity. We want a vision. We want illumination. We want to be able to see what we're doing. And we have picked a card here, and it's the only surviving MasterCard, and the challenge card for this month being the 11th. And if you look at this eagle, look at the focus. There is no doubt about that eagle knowing exactly where it is, what it is doing, where it is going. It's the master's number, it's the psychic master. Those messages you're getting from Great Spirit, it's time you started acting on them. They really are valid. You are actually getting them. It's not your imagination. It is not, oh, I'm just making it up in my mind. If you feel drawn to contacting somebody, do it. There's a reason. Your guide's talking to you all the time. Listen intently, and know from the dark and the light, wherever you meet this dark and light in one thing, like a porcupine quill or a feather or a bird that has it, or a penguin, it all speaks of there is no separation. I am not separate from you. We are all spiritual beings. We are all connected on very deep levels we have no idea about. We are connected in ways we just do not understand, and we don't need to understand it. Just know We are all connected. Therefore, we look around the world and we look at every country refusing to have other countries come through their borders. The separation energies are getting larger and larger. Those that have got more money, that have got money are getting more money. Those that have not got money are getting less money. The separations are getting very, very scary to look at. We need to work really hard at acknowledging there is no separation. This is something we are doing. It has nothing to do with the planet. It has nothing to do with energy. We have made up our mind about something, and we are not being able to acknowledge others for who they truly are. We tend to look at a different ethnic group and make a judgment. We do not know them. We have no right to make any judgments. We need to be more open-minded. We need to be more caring. We need to be more loving. This is what will bring us all back together. This is what will serve every single one of us. This is what will serve every single part of the planet. It's up to each one of us, and this is something each one of us is able to do on a daily basis. And that way we can change the tide. And with that, we're able to breathe freely. We're creating a space for our children to grow up in, our grandchildren, the next 7 generations. What are we going to leave them with if we've gone into separation and everybody else is ugly and we can't do that? The other part of this card, because again, not only is it our air card, which it gives us mental clarity and mental freedom, it's the master number that says, I am that I am, which means absolutely everything you see in your life around you, you are that too. So if you don't like it, see where it's come from in yourself. See what aspect of you is looking for that. There is no separation. All is sacred. See the perfection in every imperfection. And the biggest thing of all, acknowledge yourself as a visionary leader. That is your challenge. That is the challenge of the day, but that is one of the most beautiful intentions to set. That and seeing that there's no separation. There is no better. Well, of course, everybody's got their own ones that one to do, but you go a long way to find something that has a stronger energy that interacts with many more things. So as we've already done the challenge card, we need to look at on the first quarter, which is on the 19th of May, the moon will be in Leo. And we need at that stage to be in total balance so that our intention can come to fruition for the full moon when that happens at the end of the month. And the beautiful card that's come up is number 28. 28 speaks of new beginnings. Comes down to 2 and 8 is 10, 1 and 0 is 1. It's the one card. It's one of the I am that I am cards. It's number 1. It's the creative. But again, we have the same message as we had in number 33. If you hold yourself in unconditional love, in trust, trusting yourself, you cannot trust another being or another thing on this planet unless you trust yourself first. So if you're having trust issues, please look at why you're not trusting yourself, at why you're not allowing yourself to be who you really are. If you hold yourself in love and in trust, that what happens is that the birds fly on wings of joy. That is you. You can fly on wings of joy, peace and tranquility if you hold yourself in this divine love and this divine trust. So thank you all for being here, and I remind you all, if you'd like a pack of cards that you would like to order for yourself, please do not hesitate in getting hold of me. My details will be at the bottom of this recording. Lots and lots of love, and have a wonderful time. Goodbye.